gentlemen, we welcome you to this program. We shall, as stated earlier, we shall have a small program. But before that, I would just like to mention, people are really intrigued why the state government of Nagaland has, is starting this esports. Well, over the years, as you all know, sports has mostly been about physical. Yes, we had chess, where it was mostly about your mental ability. But sports in general has been mostly about physical. And now, with the advent of computers, with the advent of technology, we have seen a sea change in the way people live their life. And we believe that we need to embrace this new technology where sports has become not only physical, but a full mental game in itself. We have been made to understand that people, particularly in the European countries, where they are very good in football, they are made to, play that PS5, PlayStation 5 and all, FIFA and all, because that helps them understand the strategy that they need for, to be a part of a good team. And that is one of the reasons why the state government has also decided that we will introduce esports in our state. Perhaps as a government agency, we are one of the earliest in actually hosting such a tournament. Mostly other governments are supporting it in terms of infrastructure. Other states are supporting it in terms of sponsorship and other things. However, we thought we will dive into this and then see where we stand, so that we can make a lot of, so that we can gear ourselves up to be champions in the world one day. We have Olympians, we have had Dr. Tiao, we have had Chakravarti, who represented us in the Olympic. We have had our own shot putter, who represented us in the Paralympics also, where they even won medals. But we are also hoping that we will have medal winners, particularly from our northeastern states, in esports, particularly in the esports Olympics, which we all know will be starting in 2025 in Saudi Arabia. And we would like to gear ourselves up for that. This is a small step, but I believe it is a significant one, particularly for our people, particularly for the people of this northeast region. This time we have the BGMI, we have the Dota 2, we have the football also, e-football. This we have started with only 3. In the days to come, we aim to have even 10, 20 different kinds of esports tournaments going on. And this is the beginning. We hope to take it, even in the days to come, we hope to make it not only an annual feature, but also an event which will be continuous in nature. We have a lot of plans. The government have a lot of plans for esports. Yes, the beginning is very humble, but we believe that you need to start small so that you have a firm footing when you start. There will be a lot of hiccups, particularly to our players. We would like to apologize in advance. The hiccups may include your accommodation, the hiccups may include your footing, the hiccups also may include even your playing experiences. But we would like to request all of you to bear with us in that, because this is a beginning. And a beginning, in any beginnings, there are always hiccups. And it is up to us how we take it and how we ensure that such hiccups are overcome in the days to come.
So nice to be part of this first season of the esports tournament that is going to be held from today. At the same time, I would also like to wish everyone happy Hornbill Festival. We are in the midst of the Hornbill Festival, which is going on. In fact, when I was told about this esports, I had no idea, because I belong to the older generation. We never had this kind of games during our young days. It was totally different. Later on, we were introduced to television sets in Nagaland only in the 1980s. Prior to that, there was no television set. It was all physical. We all did everything physically. And now there is a huge change in all the systems. I remember my younger days when we used to play those battle tanks. That simple games box that we have, and then we have this control thing. We wire it up to the television set and we start playing the battle tank. My favorite was a battle tank. The more the tanks I could destroy, I felt very good. Really enjoyed also. But then later on, now because of the technology, things have really changed. And my children, they start playing the FIFA and whatnot, I don't know, so many other games. And I used to tell them even today, you are playing FIFA football on the internet. I play football physically. You be physical, man. You can't be sitting here and doing all this FIFA thing and then with your two thumbs and the fingers, you are trying to play like Messi and Ronaldo and all these great players. But for us, we believe in doing it physically. But maybe now the times have changed and things are now moving in a different direction. And it's time that older generation like us need to also change our mindset. So I'm also trying my best to play the FIFA, but frankly speaking, I'm having a very hard time. Because I don't know what to do, what not to do, and all these techniques that you use when you're playing with your, what do you call it, that control thing, I'm very bad at that. But anyway, life goes on, we all go on, and that is what it is all about. In fact, when my director initiated this esports thing and he told me about it, I was quite, caught unawares. I did not know anything about this. And slowly I started to dig out and then tried to Google what is all this esports. Then only I got some idea that it is all about playing games, not physically but on a different playing level. And I was quite excited also, maybe something new, and maybe this is the first time that the department and the government of Nagaland is, hosting this first season of the tournament. And I would like to give credit to him and his team of dedicated officers and all these young people who are behind him to make this become a reality. When I first came and had a look at this stage, it was completely changed. And I was feeling, oh man, this is great. Something very new. And I thought that it would be very exciting for all the young players that you have been now ready to start off with your games. So with these few words, I would like to also say thank you so much to Director and his team of officers, as well as the consultants, and also at the same time welcome each and every participant, teams who are here today, and all the best, give your best, do your best.
first thing is that esports has become something which is mainstream. With the announcement of the International Olympic Committee on the eve of the Paris Olympic that the first esports Olympics will be held in Saudi Arabia. So now it has become mainstream. It has been mostly, a hush-hush thing where parents were also not very forthcoming, teachers were not forthcoming, elders were not forthcoming. But it was the children who were hiding and playing. But now esports has become mainstream with the announcement of this International Olympic Committee, and we don't want our state to be left behind when this actually becomes, become popular among the masses. It's esports is very popular among the young boys and girls, and the market also is huge. If you just look at one prize money, a prize pool that the International Olympic Committee had announced for the next year's esports Olympic, it's $60 million, and that's I think it's bigger than even the World Cup, football World Cup also. So we are looking at an industry which is growing so rapidly. Computers have come into our life. We are now stuck to our mobile phones. We are stuck to our tablets. We are stuck to our computers. Even in the offices, we use computers. Now, esports is so much related to computer that there are companies who are spending billions of dollars on esports. And because they see that esports as an industry is going to be very big in the years to come, and that is the reason, that is one of the things that has motivated us to enter. And there are also a lot of good sides to esports. In Europe, we are made to understand that they let the athletes who come to football academies play even FIFA on the PS5s or Xbox, because this allows the player to actually imbibe sort of managerial skill into himself. So when he has that skill into himself, then what happens is on the field he plays better because he's more organized. He knows what is going to happen next. So this is also another thing why we have been motivated to come into esports. And yes, we cannot stop our young ones. We cannot stop the next generation from adopting new things. Instead, we have to pave way for them to adopt new technologies. We have to pave way for them to become in tune with the rest of the world. And these are the reasons why the department and the government of Nagaland decided that, okay, in a small way we will start this esports championship as a part of our celebration of the 25th Hornbill Jubilee anniversary. And we hope that in the days to come this will take off. And we also believe that our department believes that sports in any form should be taken up in such a way that it becomes sustainable in itself. And I think esports probably will be one of the most sustainable sports if we look at, from the economic point of view.
Sir, how far this esports, Hornbill Esports Championship will benefit the youth, especially in the state of Nagaland?
Yeah, we believe that this will open up, a lot of avenues. Esports in itself creates a lot of employment. This time, just to organize this one esports championship, it is just a 2-day LAN event, but this has been going on since the last 2.5 months. And in that 2.5 months, a lot of young boys and girls have been employed to do one or the other thing. And just one championship being able to generate employment indirectly for over a few hundred people, I think that's a big thing in itself. Even for this LAN event which we are organizing here in IG Stadium today, this LAN event has employed about 30 to 40 young people as volunteers, as people who set up things. And even this sound system, these are all locally sourced. The computers are locally sourced, the stages, the lightings, you name anything, it's all locally sourced. And I think this is creating employment opportunities. And then we are also having the food stalls out where people need to eat. So these are also creating employment opportunities. These are creating incomes for our people. Our young players from outside the state have come. They need to stay somewhere. Our paying guests are getting the benefit out of this. So I think this is a big way. Then also the real thing into the esports. Esports require a lot of graphic designers, where we believe our people especially our Naga people, are very good graphic designers. That's what we believe. And esports needs programmers. Esports needs promoters. Esports needs media persons. Esports needs, even those vloggers and other things. All these create opportunities for our people, and I think it's going to impact our people in a big way.
Sir, how many participants has turned up for this first of its esports that has been introduced in the state? Besides, in the state of Nagaland, how many teams have been registered from the outside in the northeastern state?
Interestingly, esports is something that has no defined boundary. Geographical or political boundaries don't bind people in esports. So we have teams from Nagaland, we have teams from outside the state, we have teams who are tied up with our own Naga people, like the last team which came. 3 of them are from outside the state, and 1 is our own local boy. Like that, it's a little difficult for me to say how many people from outside the state, but you'll find that in every team there's somebody who is from outside the state.
Sir, out of a curiosity question, the people of Nagaland, especially the parents, are still not open about this esports. So, do you think they are coming forward towards this esports, our people?
Any change takes time, and there's always resistance to change. And we believe that we have to start somewhere. There will always be resistance to that. But in the days to come, if we see our young people getting employed in this industry, I think it's going to be a good thing. We have we have one company which is in Nagaland itself, in Kohima. We have one company which is fully into developing an esports program. Recently, in the IGDC at Hyderabad, that is India Game Developers Conference at Hyderabad, they were there. They were participating. I think they're called the Redimension. So and then I also met another company there in the IGDC conference. This company came, they were very happy to meet me because they said that our graphic designer is from Nagaland. And there are big companies. So these are things which are very, I feel it's positive in the days to come. I'm sure this will impact the minds of even the parents. And these young boys and girls, tomorrow they are going to become parents. So when they become parents, I'm sure with the positive thing that they have regarding esports, they'll encourage their children, so generations will follow. That's what we believe in. But we need to start somewhere, and that is where the government decided that we'll start here. And though we don't know what the hiccups we are going to face, but we are going to start here.
I think I hope the line one stunt one. Oh shit! Only Devon stunt maybe.
Line is not 6 yet, so he's not a threat. Phoenix sees this.
He has
Too much HP and a fairy fire. I think he can outbite the time and just egg if needed. They'll kill person black. Sustain. Bottom lane. Ogre will go down. Night Stalker, Dark Ascension, he will nuke him down. They're going to the Dark Below. Does he have Shadow Realm? He doesn't. He might egg here to stop the Night Stalker. You also have to look at the fact that, Dark Ascension will not work if you use it.
Oh, we just missed it by the inch.